Worried about managing your tertiary education costs? SIT strives to ensure that deserving undergraduates are not deprived of a quality education because of financial difficulties. Eligible students can apply for the MOE tuition grant to help manage the costs of a full-time tertiary education. This means that students who receive the tuition grant will be paying subsidized tuition fees for their programs. Students often deal with three main types of education expenses at university, with tuition fees being the largest of expense. With more than 300 types of scholarships and financial assistance available for students each year, how can you finance your education at SIT? The CPF Education Scheme allows a student who is in receipt of the MOE tuition grant to utilize up to 40% of the CPF ordinary account for the payment of subsidized tuition fees. The tuition fee loan covers up to 90% of the subsidized tuition fees of a Singapore citizen, while the SIT study loan can cover the remaining 10% of subsidized tuition fees of a Singapore citizen. Both loans are administered by DBS Bank and are interest-free during your course of study. These loans become repayable only after you complete your program of study, with interest accruing 3 months after graduation. The Mendaki Tertiary Tuition Fee Subsidy is available for Malay Muslim undergraduates to further subsidize the cost of their education, while the Post-Secondary Education Account is available for all Singaporean undergraduates for the payment of tuition and miscellaneous fees. A combination of schemes can be utilized for the payment of tuition fees from the commencement of studies. The CPF Education Scheme and the tuition fee loan can both be used for the payment of tuition fees. Alternatively, the DBS-administered bank loans can be used to cover 100% of subsidized tuition fees payable for Singapore citizens. With a partial subsidy from Mendaki, you can tap on the CPF Education Scheme or the tuition fee loan for the remaining fees payable. Students can also use their own and their siblings' PSEA funds for their tuition or annual miscellaneous fee expenses. It is easy to see that a combination of these loan schemes can be used for the payment of your subsidized tuition fees each term of study. What about your daily expenses such as food, transport, and study materials? Students can opt for the living allowance when applying for the SIT study loan, or consider the many bursaries made available to students each year. Singaporean students can apply for the public bursaries in each academic year of study, in addition to the many donated bursaries and study grants from donors who believe in supporting our students' dreams of a quality education by supplementing their education expenses. These bursaries and grants are not repayable, while the bank loans are both interest-free during your studies. So how can you apply for these various financial assistance schemes? Applications for the CPF Education Scheme and Mendaki Subsidy can be submitted directly through the agency's online portals, while application forms for the tuition fee loan, SIT study loan, and the PSEA can be accessed via Info SIT. Applications for the bursaries and study grants are open twice in each academic year, and students can access the financial aid application through Info SIT. Should you have any questions, students may get in touch with the admissions office to further discuss on their financial aid options. At SIT, the future is yours to shape.